But at the beginning of every class, if we have multiple people joining at different times, and then I know people's internet connections sometimes mean that we fall out of the session. All I ask is that you guys just be patient with me with my attendance. So if I don't see that you joined the chat, if I don't see that you joined the call, and then later that day I put in the attendance and I have you absent, please just remind me. Hey, Mr. Rudd, I was actually on the call. I just joined 10 minutes late. And I've also done the Canvas work. So sometimes, this attendance process is going to take some practice for everybody. So just be patient with me. But I appreciate you all being here. So today's obviously August 18th. It's the second day of the school year. I know we've got some new names, so we're going to take some time to introduce ourselves. But first things first, in biology, we're going to always start off with a warm-up, which you guys should have just done on Canvas. And I appreciate, who was it? David. I appreciate David for speaking up and making sure that we had clarification on getting to the right warm-up. So that's the kind of interaction I'm looking to have. If you're confused about something, please just make me aware. And then also after we do the warm-up, we're going to introduce the objective for the day. So will someone volunteer to read the objective?
Use Google Drive to create and save their first assignment within their own biology folder.
Thank you. So I appreciate Ashton for speaking up and reading. And SWBAT, any thoughts about what that means? It's an acronym, so it stands for something.
Students will be able to.
Excellent. I'm not sure who that was. I didn't catch who that was. Maybe it was Jaden. But I appreciate whoever gave that answer. That's totally correct. So students will be able to use Google Drive to create and save their first assignment within their own biology folder. So you all are probably familiar with Google Drive, and you've probably created folders before, but we're going to create a folder specifically for our biology class, and that will be one of your first grades. And that way, I'll be able to see how you take notes. I'll be able to see how organized you are. Obviously, we won't be able to be in the classroom this semester, and some of you aren't coming back even if we do come back to school. So that'll just be a way for you all to turn in assignments, and I'll have direct access to them. So we'll talk about that. But I do want to introduce ourselves a little bit more. I'm going to try to make this quick. We only have until about 12:45 for the synchronous portion of the class today, so only about 23 more minutes. So I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I know we've got some people who weren't able to join us yesterday. So I'll introduce myself and I'll model how I want to do it, and then you all can go ahead and introduce yourselves. So my name is Mr. Rudd, R-U-D-D, Mr. Rudd. My preferred pronouns are he, him, and his. And the one word that I would use to describe how I'm feeling right now, I'm feeling pretty energized. I'm happy to have you all with me. My first two classes went well. My advisory went well. So today is definitely off to a better start than yesterday was. Would anybody else like to volunteer to go next? And if you do share, I would love it if you could turn your camera on.
What we supposed to be doing? What?
Just say your name, and then it should be on the screen still. Can you still see my screen?
Yeah.
So yeah, say your name, your preferred pronouns, which basically means that, I want people to refer to me as he, him, and his. Some people might prefer people to refer to them as she, her, hers. Some people like they, them, theirs. I think Joseph has a different group, so we'll have him speak to his. But, whatever your preferred pronouns are. So go ahead, Ashton.
My name is Ashton. I prefer him, and one word to describe me right now is tired.
I can see that you're still in the bed. That's understandable. Thank you for sharing, though. Let's try to move through this. Someone else like to go next?
My name is David. And I feel right now is just chilling. I'm just chill.
Good.
That's how I feel like right now.
Good. And then your preferred pronouns?
Just I don't know. Just my name.
So would it be he, him, and his? Is that fine?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Thank you so much, David. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. You too.
Okay. Somebody else? Joseph, I can see your screen, so can I call on you to go next? I don't know, maybe you didn't hear me. Okay, well, I'll just call on other people then. Ashley, are you able to go?
Okay, so my name Ashley. My preferred pronouns is her and she. And what was the other question?
One word to describe how you're feeling right now.
Hungry.
I'm definitely with you on that. I spent my lunch break working, so after this, I'm definitely gonna have to find some food. But thank you, Ashley. I appreciate you. Brian, are you able to introduce yourself? I know you didn't want to do it yesterday. Brian Shipes, that is.
My name is Brian. My preferred pronoun is he, and I feel good.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you. And then the other Brian, Brian Shipes.
My name is Brian Shipes. He, him, his, and I'm feeling all right now.
Okay, good, good. Thank you so much, Brian. Good to have you here with us today. Chelsea?
My name is Chelsea. My preferred pronoun is her, and I'm feeling good.
Good, excellent. I'm glad to hear that, Chelsea. It's nice to meet you.
My name is Jaden, and him pronounced, and I feel good right now.
Good, Jaden. Thank you. And I like that that profile picture you have. DeMarco, are you able to go? Can you hear me, DeMarco?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. My name DeMarco. My preferred pronoun is he, and I'm feeling great.
Excellent, excellent. I appreciate you modeling your camera, having your camera on too. That's excellent. Who's next? DJ.
I did it yesterday, bro.
I mean, we've got some new people here. Could you just introduce yourself really quickly again?
Oh yeah, yeah. My name is DJ. My preferred pronoun is him or he, and I'm feeling good.
Thank you, DJ. I appreciate you. I like your profile picture as well.
Appreciate it.
Who's next? Jolbert. Sorry if I didn't pronounce your name correctly.
Yeah, I am Yogal, and my preferred pronoun is he.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you, Jolbert. Let's see, who's next? Last name Wilkins. I'm not sure how to pronounce your first name.
My name Nicholas. My preferred pronoun is he, and I'm tired.
Tired?
Yeah.
Okay, I get that. You go by Nick or Nicholas?
Nick.
Okay, cool. Nice to meet you, Nick. Fanique.
My name's Fanique, and my preferred pronouns are she, hers, and hers. And I'm sleepy.
Bill Fanique. We just talked about this in homeroom 2 hours ago. Well, thank you though. I think you're the only person in my homeroom who I also have as a student. So I'm glad that I have at least somebody to have that connection with. Tevin.
My name Tevin. My pronouns is him, he, his, and I'm cooling.
Okay. I see you've got Kodak as your profile picture. So I can appreciate that as well. And then last person, again, not exactly sure how to pronounce your first name, but Yanid. Let's see.
Oh, my name is Yanid, and can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My name is Yanid, and I prefer my pronoun as her, and I am tired.
Good. Okay, so thank you all for introducing yourselves. I know we've got some tired people on the call. We only have about 15 minutes left in our synchronous portion, so we're going to make it go by quickly. We've got some things to cover, but I appreciate you all for participating. So first thing I want to talk about is note taking. So you all, I'm sure, are familiar with note taking. You know, most of you all are in the 10th grade. We probably have some people who are older than that as well. So you've been taking notes for a long time. So you know that the importance of note taking is staying organized, both academically and personally. Okay, so we want to make sure that you have a system that allows you to keep track of everything that you're learning in one class and in all your other classes. And then you also can rely on your note-taking abilities to stay organized in terms of turning things in on time, in terms of making sure that you're attending meetings and classes when you're supposed to, in terms of making sure that you are, you know, filling out job applications when you need to. So this is an essential life skill, and note-taking is a part of staying organized. Within the science department, it's something that we've decided to prioritize this year because we are virtual, at least to begin the year. And so, you know, if we were in person and actually meeting in class, then I'd be able to walk around the classroom and flip through your notebook and flip through your packets and see how much you've done and how much you are staying organized. But that's not the case this year. But we're still going to organize. We're still going to emphasize it so that you all can build that skill. And we're going to talk about some ways that you all can begin to take ownership over your own note taking without us being able to hover over you. And then we want to emphasize the fact that note taking needs to be a personal experience. So you need to choose the method that's going to be the best for you. It doesn't matter what works for other people. It doesn't matter what my preference is as your teacher. It needs to be whatever is going to work specifically for you. So we're going to talk about the methods that are going to be the most effective and the most efficient, and you're going to choose whichever one feels right for you. There's a slight difference between those two words, effective and efficient. Effective means who can get it done, who can get it done well. And efficient means who can get it done in a timely fashion, all right? So when we think about note-taking, it's not something that you want to spend hours and hours doing for a 10-page document. You want to be able to take out the pieces that are the most important. You want to be able to get it done in 15 minutes, you know, not having to spend too much time, but you also want to make sure that you are summarizing whatever it is you're taking notes about in an accurate way. So one method that we'll talk about, and you guys should have seen these in the links in the link that we had in the warm-up. And feel free if you have any questions as I'm talking, because I'm not able to see your screen and I'm not able to see the chat right now. Please just take yourself off mute and feel free to interrupt me and ask a question. But the outlining method, this is the one that I personally use. Again, that doesn't mean you have to use it. That doesn't mean I'm looking for people to use this or I'm going to penalize you if you don't. This is just what I feel good about using. It's very good for taking notes during lectures and live presentations, because typically when you're getting when you're in the audience, the presenter is going to present the information in an ordered way. So all you have to do is take subpoints, right? The presenter gives you the heading. The presenter will give you the main topics, and all you need to figure out is what are the notes that you want to pull out from those topics. So it's really good for live presentations. I mean, it's also good for people who are already pretty organized in their thoughts, but it's not so great for taking notes while you're reading, because you want to be able to bounce around from topic to topic while you're reading. And sometimes this method is a little bit too linear to allow for that. The Cornell method is probably a method you all are familiar with. It's used pretty widely here at West Meck. It's used in our AVID program, and it's really great for summarizing, analyzing, and processing your notes. So you take your notes in this big main section here, and then on the left side in the margin, you take smaller notes, right? So you can capture the main idea. Or if you're still unclear about something, you write a question to yourself and say, maybe I need to figure this out later. And then at the bottom of the notes, you summarize it in your own words. So you go back and you look at all the notes that you've written so far. And when you're done, you say, here's 2 or 3 sentences that should capture everything that I wanted to say in all those other notes. And then this is good for both textual readings and lectures, because it allows you to be organized in a linear way, but also you can jump around from topic to topic if you use the margins over here. The mind map method, I think this is good for artistic folks because it really allows you to draw arrows. You can even draw images and pictures and connect them to your diagram in that way. And I think this is good for textual readings. It's not so good for lectures because you don't exactly, in a lecture, you don't know what's coming up next. So you don't exactly know how it could connect or where you should draw it on your map. But this is good for people who are really artistic and who want to include some colors and some pop to their notes. And it's great for study guides and unit summaries, which is something we'll talk about a little bit later in the school year. But when you're creating a study guide, you want to have all these different concepts from throughout the unit in one section. I've got a question. Oh, no, okay. And then lastly, the charting method. This is the method that is used by Assistant Principal Potts. So if you guys know Mr. Potts, you might want to pull him to the side and just ask him, hey, what do you like about the charting method and how have you used it? But it just allows you to create this grid where you put specific information in specific boxes, right? It's good for people who already have strong organization skills and who like things to be in a very simple and orderly fashion. And it allows you to process information from various sources. So you guys just think through these 4 methods, think about what's going to be the best for you. Again, this is not about giving you something extra to do. This isn't about, wasting your time. This is about making you efficient so that you don't have to waste your time. People who take good notes, they don't have to worry about spending all day studying something because they can just go back and look at their notes and pull out the useful information. So this is going to help you all become more effective in school and also beyond. All right, we've got about 9 minutes left. I want to cover some things, so I'm going to stop sharing this screen. Any questions up to this point?
No.
Thank you, Ashton. I appreciate you speaking up. I'm going to share my entire screen. I'll share my window. All right. So the next thing we want to talk about is creating your Google Drive. So I have put a video on Canvas that walks you exactly through how you can create your own Google Drive. And I'm going to show you where to find that on Canvas. Oops, the wrong class. So I'm going to go into our biology 3rd block class. I'm going to do this from student view so you guys can see exactly what it'll look like on your screen. So if I'm in student view, on the left side, again, this is basically where we're going to live in this class, right? On Canvas and in modules. So I'm going to go back into the modules. There's an assignment there under day 2 that says create your Google Drive. And there's going to be a video there that's going to walk you through exactly how to create your Google Drive. All right. And what you're going to do is you're going to create it, then you're going to share it with me. That way I have access to it and you can submit all of your assignments to that folder, right? Obviously, we don't have the opportunity to just leave things on my desk in this time of virtual learning. So instead of leaving things in my desk, you can leave it in your folder and I'll have access to it once you share the folder with me. So that's going to be your first assignment. And it's going to be worth 10 points. As soon as you share it with me, I'm going to put it into PowerSchool. And you should all start off the year with a strong 100%. And you should be able to do that, today. The other thing that you'll do as a part of our asynchronous learning today is you'll design your own virtual locker. So your virtual locker is just a way for me to get to know you a little bit better. And this is also good for the artistic folks. So we'll give you extra credit if you use a Bitmoji, which, there's my Bitmoji. I'll show you what my locker looks like next. But you can really include anything you want. You just need to include at least 7 images to tell me a little bit more about who you are. We've got some bullet points here to help you think through what you might want to include. Maybe it's pictures of family, friends, and pets. Maybe it's a future goal of yours. Maybe it's a place that you'd like to visit or something that you did over the summer. Whatever you'd like to include, just be as creative as you want to be. And then in the bottom section, you'll have the opportunity in the speaker notes section to write a short summary to me about why you included the things that you did. Okay, so you'll add that to your Google Drive, and I'm going to show you what to do. Here's my locker for it, just as an example. All right, so I've got my high school logo, my college logo, my favorite sports team. As you guys may remember from yesterday, I'm from Chicago, so I like baseball. The White Sox are my favorite team. There's a very small picture of my family. That's a picture of downtown Chicago, one of the best places to visit in the summertime. If you've never been, definitely add it to your list. Here's Ella Baker, who is a personal hero of mine. She was a political activist during the civil rights movement. And then here's some of my friends and I down at the bottom. And then Nike Training Club, which is, since the gym has been closed, I've been using Nike Training Club to stay in shape and to exercise every day. So that's just something else doing. And this is a picture of banana pudding. Banana pudding is my absolute favorite dessert. If anybody ever brings me banana pudding, I can't guarantee you that it'll get you an A in the class, but definitely at least a B. No, I'm just kidding. But banana pudding is definitely my favorite dessert, so I had to include that. So this is what your locker might look like, and then you'll just have bullet points over here to explain what you included, because some of your pictures might not be obvious. But I'll show you how to access that assignment in Canvas, and then that essentially will be it. I do want to show you one more thing. Excuse me. We'll go back to modules. So again, under day 2 in Canvas, you'll just click on design your own virtual locker. This one is worth 100 points. So it's worth more because it takes more time, but it shouldn't take you longer than 30 minutes. So you should, again, be able to do it during this asynchronous portion of the class period. And if you click on this template, it'll take you to the directions, and you'll be able to copy the locker to make one for yourself. All right, so it's taking some time to load, but here's a picture of, here's your blank locker, and you'll just go into this and use that as your template. So all you have to do is go to File, then make a copy, and you can choose to do the entire presentation, or you can just do the third slide, which is the template slide, the blank one. And then you'll save it to whichever folder, you'll save it to your biology folder once you create it. So you do need to create your biology folder before you do this. Any questions about that assignment before I show you one more thing? Check the chat. You can also put if you have a question, you can put it into the chat too, or you can just say no questions.
No, sure.
Thank you, Ashton.
Nah.
Thanks, Tevin. Okay.
No, I'm good.
Thank you, David. All right. And did I get a question? Thanks, Brian. Okay, so one more thing that I want to show you, and then that will essentially be it. If you go to the bottom of our Unit 0 module, there is a student champion contact form. And what this is basically your parent or your guardian or your grandparent or your aunt, your uncle, whoever is going to advocate for you and motivate you throughout this school year, and preferably somebody who you live with. They should fill out this form, so I have their contact information. All right, it shouldn't take longer than, it really shouldn't take longer than 10 minutes, maybe not even 5 minutes. All right, but just fill that out so I have the contact information. And then you'll also find our syllabus, our class syllabus there as well. So I'll open this up.
Wait.
Question?
No.
Let me see.
Where? How do you get there?
Okay, let me show you one more time. So again, basically we're gonna live in the modules section. So I'm gonna go into module, and then I scroll all the way down to the bottom. You see it says student champion contact.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's what we got to do today.
Yeah, that's what you're doing today. Well, that's not, as long as your parent can really fill it out by the end of the week, that's fine. But what you're doing today specifically is the Google Drive and the virtual locker.
Oh yeah, I already did it. I just made my folder.
Okay. And the last thing I want to talk about, everybody should be joining our Remind chat. So if you download Remind, the code is RUDDSBIO3. I'm about to type it into the chat.
Oh yeah, he did that. All right.
I need everybody to go ahead and join that Remind chat. That's how I'll communicate with you all. I'm also going to be sending you emails every once in a while, but the Remind chat is just going to be a lot easier, especially because I'm sure you guys check your phones more often than you check your school email. But are there any questions?
No.
Nah.
Okay. If you don't have a question, you're good to go. Go ahead and knock out those assignments. Again, you should be able to do it in the next 30 minutes. So I would do it now rather than waiting until later tonight to do it.
All right.
Thank you all for being here. Thanks for being on time. Thanks for being engaged. Any questions, guys? I see you're still on. David, are you good? DeMarco, are you good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what? Wait, no, I'm not good.
What's up? What do you need help with?
Wait, so don't we go to modules for the assignment, right?
Yep.
All right. I had to make sure. And then which ones is it again?
So you should be looking in Unit 0, Day 2.
The exit ticket? Oh, no, I see it. The warm-up?
Yes. No, not the warm-up. Well, you should have done the warm-up already, but the create your Google Drive and design your own virtual locker.
Oh, okay. And then that's all I have to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. Okay, David, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay then. See ya.